Okay, on your review number 3, let's see, we're going to do 1.6 part 1 and 1.6 part 2 at the minimum. 1.6 part 1 is absolute value equations. A lot easier than the inequalities. Again, the first thing you have to do, make sure the absolute value term is by itself, which it is. And then you're going to separate it from here. Take one, what's inside, 5x minus 2. I like putting my negative number on the left-hand side. It's just preference. Or take what's inside, set it equal to the what's there. Then just solve for x. I have 2 equations to solve. I'm going to add 2 to both sides. Add 2. I get 5x equals negative 6. Divide by 5. Divide by 5. So x equals what? Negative 6 over 5. Good. How's the other equation? I have a plus 2, a plus 2. That gives me 5x equals 10. What's x equal? 2. Okay? That's my answer. No graphing involved, they're just points. Number 8. Martin, shut up. Is my absolute value term by itself? No. So I have to do what before I separate these? Add 7 to both sides. I have the absolute value of 2x plus 1 equal 15. Now I have to use that new number 15. A lot of you, for some reason, keep going back to the 8 and using that. So 2x plus 1 equals negative 15, or 2x plus 1 equals positive 15. Solve each one of these. Subtract 1, 2x equals negative 16. Divide by 2, x equals negative 8. The other equation, subtract 1, subtract 1. Good. Absolute value equations, probably one of the easier sections. Now, let's look at some of these inequalities. Number 9. I have, first of all, my absolute value is isolated. So I determine at that point whether it is an and or an or problem. It's an or problem. Because it's greater than. If it was less than, like this one, be an and problem. Okay. Take what's inside. 7x plus 4. I like putting my negatives on the left-hand side, so I'm going to put negative 10 there, which means I have to do what to the sign? Flip it, switch it, reverse it. It's an or problem. Take what's inside, keep everything the same. Now, solve each one of these. Subtract 4, I get 7x less than negative 14, divide by 7, negative 2. Keep the sign the same way. We're dividing by a positive number, negative 2. Or subtract 4. 7x is greater than 6. Divide by 7, so x is greater than 6/7. Now, on your quiz, last quiz, I was getting all kinds of interesting stuff for all this, especially for the inequality statement. Your inequality statement is this. Okay? If you want to just circle it, I'm good with that. Or you can actually rewrite it, x is less than negative 2. This time, I'm not going to be so nice. You have to put and or in there. Many of you did not put and or in there, but I did not take off for it. This time, I just might. Okay? I had some interesting graphs, too. My lowest number is what? Negative 2. My highest number, 6/7. It's an OR problem. Which way is my graph going to go? Well, follow the arrows. Remember, I kept the variable on the left-hand side. Just follow the arrows. It's going to go this way. Okay? Does it get a parenthesis or bracket? Parenthesis, there's no equal sign. No equal sign. So parenthesis. Now, I got a lot of interesting stuff for interval notation too for OR problems. For some reason, my pencil. For some reason, a lot of you thought this was the interval. Okay? This is not the interval for an OR problem. This is an interval for an AND problem. It's two sets with a U for union. If you're having problems with it, please put your infinity signs here. That way it's kind of harder to make the mistake. Negative infinity starts at negative infinity, always gets a parenthesis. It ends at negative 2, parenthesis. Union, here it starts at 6/7 with the parenthesis, and it ends at positive infinity with the parenthesis. You have to get down interval notation. We are going to use it for the rest of the year. Okay, number 10. My absolute value determines by itself. It's a less than, so it's an AND problem. Split it up. I'm going to take what's inside, and I'm going to take the opposite of what's there first, which means I have to flip the sign. And it's an AND problem. I take what's inside, keep everything the same. Solve each one separate. I'm going to add 5 to both sides. I get 3x greater than or equal to positive 1 Divide both sides by 3. X is greater than or equal to 1/3. And add 5. Add 5. 3x is less than or equal to 9. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. I get x is less than or equal to 3. That's my inequality statement. If you don't feel like rewriting it in the line, please circle it as to find it easily. If I can't find it easily anymore, I think I might just throw your paper away. All right. Small number is 1/3. Large number is 3. Ands are what? In between. They both have equal signs, so brackets. Interval notation. Now this is 1. Set. Questions, comments, concerns? Yes, Michelle. Quiet, Martin. Yes. Yeah. There were a lot of, like I said, there were a lot of interesting things. Some people would put something like this down. Infinity 6/7, -2, negative infinity. Yeah, it's got to be in the correct order. Yeah, you can't have -2, negative infinity. Okay, it's got to be from least to most. Least to most. Okay.